You are 3 hours deep into choosing a phone charger. You have compared charging speeds, read about gallium nitride versus silicon, cross-referenced cable protocols, checked which brand ship from which warehouse. Your head feels heavy, your chest feels tight. And then you close the tab. You buy nothing. You are exhausted, and you do not even have a charger. And here is the part that really hurts. The moment you realize you just spent an evening analyzing a $10 item, the shame hits like ice water. You start thinking, I am weak. I overcomplicate things. What is wrong with me? Other people just pick something and move on. I cannot even do a simple task. That question burns hotter than the indecision itself. Because now it is not about a piece of plastic. Now it is about your character. You begin to believe you are fundamentally broken, that you are watching your own lifestyle while you sit there analyzing why. But here's where the story cracks open. If you were truly weak, truly incapable of decisive action, then why do you move like lightning when the stakes are actually high? Think back to the last time a work crisis hit. 5 minutes to a deadline and the client changes everything. The room freezes. Your colleagues look at each other, but you scan the chaos, see the one viable path, and you call it. The clarity clicks into place and you execute. That does not look like weakness. That looks like the complete opposite. So maybe the label has been wrong all along. Maybe what you have been calling a character flaw is something else entirely, something that only looks like paralysis because you have been applying it to the wrong kind of task. Let me show you what is actually happening inside your head during one of these so-called simple decisions. You're not just picking a charger. Without trying, your mind launches a full investigation. How will this charger's output interact with my phone's battery chemistry over 18 months? Will the cable kink on a nightstand versus a desk? What is the failure probability? And if it fails, will the warranty process cost more time than the money saved? It weighs environmental guilt against immediate practical need. This is not a conscious strategy. It is automatic. It is a high-powered analysis engine that engages whether the task needs it or not. This is not a personal failure. It is a mode mismatch. You are using a satellite navigation system to choose bedroom slippers. You do not need GPS coordinates for that. You need to glance at the floor and feel which pair your feet want. But if your brain only knows how to launch the full orbital survey, then you are going to stand in the doorway for 40 minutes while it calculates terrain gradients for a 3-step journey. That is not weakness. That is not laziness. That is a powerful cognitive tool being deployed on a task that does not require it. And the exhaustion you feel afterward is not proof of inadequacy. It is proof that you have been operating without a manual. Now let me tell you what the shame has actually cost you. How many years have you spent calling yourself broken? The quiet moments alone when you wondered if you were just less capable than other people. Watching friends make effortless decisions and feeling a sting of envy, then self-disgust. Losing sleep, replaying the narrative that you lack willpower, that something is deeply wrong. Every time a small decision stalled, that voice got louder. It eroded your confidence. It made you doubt your instincts. You may have pulled back from opportunities, avoided things, because another collapse felt too heavy to risk. That is the real damage, not the charger. The years of believing you were defective. But all of that self-blame was built on a false diagnosis. You looked at the crash and assumed the engine was faulty. The engine was never faulty. It was simply never designed for that terrain. The very thing you have been most ashamed of is evidence of a mind that works at a level most people cannot access. It just needs a different assignment system. This changes everything. The next time you feel that familiar swirl beginning, the next time you catch your brain constructing a multidimensional model of a one-click decision, you do not have to call yourself broken. You can see the analysis engine starting up, and instead of being carried into it, you can ask one question. Does this task actually need all of me right now? Most of the time, it does not. You can say to yourself quietly, lightweight task. This does not need the satellite survey. And just seeing that, just naming it, loosens something. Tomorrow morning, you will face another small decision. Maybe the charger again. Maybe what to eat, or which email to answer first. And the old pattern will try to start. You will feel the engine revving, the pull toward gathering more data, toward modeling every possible outcome. But now you will catch it. You will pause, lightweight task, and then you will do something that once felt impossible. You will make a simple choice and move on. No collapse, no shame spiral. Just a mind finally learning how to assign itself. You do not need to fix yourself. You need to operate yourself. The very thing you've been ashamed of is a sign of something powerful that has simply been running in the wrong gear. Now you have seen the controls. That is where it starts. If this kind of quiet recognition feels like what you've been looking for, there's more here. Subscribe and let it find you when you need it next.